This is a Rogue Media Network podcast. Central Texas Life with Ann Harder presents Central Texas Events.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Central Texas Events. And there's an important special event coming up. It is a first ever event. And Dr.Soo Battle is here with us to talk about it. It's important information, but it sounds like a kind of a fun thing. Spill the tea luncheon.
Yes. So we are excited at the Advocacy Center for Crime Victims and Children. We are a nonprofit here in Central Texas, and we serve 6 Central Texas counties. And so this is an event next Thursday, May 2nd, at Ridgewood Country Club. And so we are so excited to do this event. You know, we have different fundraisers that we have. Probably the 2 biggest ones that our community already knows about is the Mardi Gras Ball, which we have every February.
Oh, yeah, that's huge. Yeah, I had those ladies on.
Yes,
yeah,
so
I had
fun.
Yeah.
So fun. So that's a big fundraiser of ours. Mm-hmm. And then the other one is we have Designer Purse Bingo.
Ah, yeah.
And that is a lot of fun, too. So we have those big events that have happened for years. Mm-hmm. So we wanted to do something different. It's going to be called the Spill the Tea Luncheon. And we wanted to kind of reach out to different members of our community who maybe don't go to the Mardi Gras Ball event, haven't gone to Designer Purse Bingo, and just kind of a different outreach for people who don't know much about the Advocacy Center and who are lucky enough to have not had services there.
Oh, I know.
You know, I mean, there's a lot of people who haven't had services for their family or know anybody.
Yeah.
And so we just wanted to kind of reach out and do something during the day. During the weekday that somebody else could come and just enjoy brunch together with friends, learn about what it would do, talk to experts in our field and partners that we work with, and just hear about the services and work that we offer.
Well, and it's such an important work, as I say, and yet it may be something foreign to,
Yes.
but you might get folks, you know, how can I link arms with you
Yes,
and
yes.
help you in this work? You've been involved since what, 2008?
Yes. So I've been involved since 2008 with the board of directors. I was on the board of directors for 4 years. And then Dr. Ann Sims, who was doing the child sexual abuse exams at the time, asked me around 2012 if I would be interested in taking over her position when she retired. And so I did that in 2015. I started working at the Advocacy Center. And so I do the child sexual abuse exams, and I'm also the medical advisor. And so I have had the pleasure and the honor of working at the Advocacy Center or with them for a very long time now. And it's a passion of mine to take care of kids and to advocate for children.
Right.
And everyone at the agency, they can't do this work unless they're really passionate about it because it's difficult.
It's
work.
hard.
It's hard.
It's hard.
And we, you know, we have as a staff frequent talks and staff meetings to make sure that we're checking in on each other. Because
That's a good idea.
Yeah, this is hard stuff that we do, but we still love to do it. We reach out to as many community members as we can to tell them how we can help them and to show them that we're there to care for them in our community. And so,
Well, you are there to help, and you know, sadly, it could be there are children and adults suffering in silence and don't know there's a place to go.
That's right, right. And so we do as many outreach programs, community programs. We do tabling events all the time. You know, we were just at the Texas Food Truck Showdown with the table.
Oh, were you?
And, you know, it's...
See, that's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. So
a lot of people there.
We have a great prevention education. We have a great director of advancement. We have so many people that are willing to go out and talk about the Advocacy Center, and so many people really ready to listen and ask questions. And so this is just another opportunity to spread our word and see what people can do to help us and partner with us and link arms, like you said. So.
Well, and you have a fabulous panel of other speakers that'll be there. Emily Mills, one of my favorite people.
I love Emily Mills. Yes, she is
in
fantastic.
Waco, Jesus Says Love.
Yes.
As Jesus said love.
Yes.
And you mentioned prevention.
Yes.
So here, her ministry has to do with people in the sex industry.
That's correct. Yes. And so she and her husband. Yes. So she and her husband, Brett Mills, it was with Jesus Said Love, and now they're called Lovely Enterprises. They just changed their name. And so she is speaking on the panel. And then we also have Liz Bice, and she's with the McLennan County DA's office. Josh Teetons is our district attorney, as you know, and he is a great partner in their office. And Liz is one of the assistant DAs, and she's one of the prosecutors of these cases. And she is...
It's got to be hard work.
It's so hard. And she is fantastic, as are all the other prosecutors in the DA's office. And she's also partners with Unbound.
Yes.
So she's a panelist. And then our other wonderful panelist is Laura Downing, who is one of our staff members and a survivor and a counselor and a case man. I mean, she's just gone through all. She's amazing. And so we have a great panel, so we can kind of speak to all the different things that we do and how we can help people. And so, yeah, I'm really excited about our panel.
So this is May 2nd.
May 2nd, next Thursday.
Where will it be?
It's at Ridgewood Country Club. Okay. We're going to open the doors at 10:45. I think the meal will start around 11:15, 11:30, and then the panel discussion will start. And so we are really, really excited about this. This is our first time to do this, and we think it's going to be great.
I think it's something you'll be doing.
I think so
on
too.
an annual basis.
Yes.
Because it's so important and so necessary. But again, it's like so many, there are a few agencies in town that said, I wish you could be put out of business.
I know.
I wish there were no need to have
absolutely.
this. And you just have your pediatrician practice.
Yes.
Take care of sniffles.
That's true. I mean, I did work at both Baylor Scott and White Pediatrics and the Advocacy Center for a few years. I kind of overlapped and did both. And when it got to be too busy along with Camp Careful, my husband, I was like, I need to give something up. Like I need to take some time away from one of them. And surprisingly, I mean, to my husband's surprise, I stopped the job at Baylor Scott and White. And I said, I feel like I'm needed more at the Advocacy Center. Unfortunately, there's so many children who are abused physically or sexually or emotionally neglected. And I felt like that was where my services were needed more. Yeah. There's so many wonderful pediatricians, but there's nobody that does child sexual abuse except me in Central Texas. So I felt like that's where God was calling me. I felt like that was where I needed to be. So.
Well, and you've done it for a number of years, and you mentioned one of your panelists is a survivor herself. Have you had contact with other survivors and seen that they're doing well?
I have, and so one of my favorite jobs of doing these, the child sexual abuse and the medical advisor position, is when I get to see them later. And so that happens when these cases end up going to trial.
Right.
And so, again, Liz Bice and all these prosecutors are getting justice for these children. And so that is often the next time and the only time I will see them after I've done an exam on them. And it'll be 2 or 3 years later. And they'll remember me. And... they've had a difficult time, like testifying on the stand. And
these are reliving the whole thing.
Reliving the whole thing. And, but the prosecutors are so great at prepping them and letting them know what they need to do. And, but seeing them years later and them remembering, talking to me and giving me a hug, and then they get justice in the courtroom, that is so fulfilling. And also seeing that they've gotten counseling and they're doing better. Yeah. That is probably what keeps me going for another couple of years. It's hard. Yeah. We all have hard days. And then we see that, and we see the outcome and the survivorship and the healing, and that helps us keep going. Yeah. And so those are the kinds of things that we want to talk about at the luncheon, these are the bright things that we can see later. And these are the things that they come up to us afterward and say, I am so grateful for the help that I got.
Yeah.
And for the wonderful, caring people that were there.
I didn't do a lot of court reporting, but I remember one case, and it was a child sexual abuse case. And I mean, I just wanted to go home and take a shower.
Yes. It's hard.
It was really hard. So now I understand, at least I have a glimpse into this world. But, to try to salvage these kids, and make a brighter future for them.
Yes.
I'm sure at some point they think, my life's never going to get any better than
they
this.
Do. I think a lot of survivors think that at first, like they're at one of the lowest points in their life. But again, that's why.
And often it's somebody that they trusted.
Absolutely. with child sexual abuse, 95% of the time it's someone they love and trust. 35% of the time it's family. And so it does make it so hard. And it's hard for everybody else to fathom that. And so those are the types of statistics and information I feel like everybody needs to know. Like, this is actually what it looks like. It's not stranger danger or all those other things.
Right, being a snatch.
Right. It's, that happens. That can happen. But, it's really trying to inform everybody of what the actual statistics of child sexual abuse are and what it actually looks like. And it's not what people think. So, we are out there to provide hope and healing. And also this panel is great because it shows the collaboration that we have with all of these different partners in Central Texas that are working towards the same goal. I mean, and you've had probably all of them on here for the podcast,
at some point or another. Let's talk about Camp Careful, though.
Yes.
We have a few minutes left. Another passion of yours.
Another passion. So Camp Careful is a program that I started when my son was 4 and he's now 20.
Okay.
And so we've been doing it. I've been doing it for 16 years. I am Camp Careful. I've been doing it for 16 years. And I just want to go out and talk to kids and families and school educators and administrators about how to have conversations with children about their bodies and about keeping them safe, teaching them body part names, because that's crucial to teaching young kids about body safety, teaching them safe and unsafe touches. How do you get help? Who are safe adults that you can tell? Those are all things that hopefully a lot of parents are talking about, but I certainly never was talked to about that when I was growing up. So, and it's a hard topic.
It's hard because on one hand, you want to preserve innocence.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
You really want that.
Absolutely.
And unless they're asking you questions.
Yeah.
But I mean, our culture is wanting to sexualize children so young.
I agree. Yes,
it's just wrong.
It is. Yeah. And it's so out there that's why I start so young with these Camp Careful talks. Because you're right. The media, there's social media, there's so many
books
ways,
in the library,
the things that they are exposed to. So that's why it's easy. It's better to start early because there's all this information out there for them to consume at a young age. They all have access to tablets, to TV, to movies.
Well, and they have phones, and
they have phones,
younger and younger, which is scary.
Video games. I mean, people don't think their kids might be in danger with video games, but video games now, they talk on headsets with people that they don't even know who's on the other side.
You don't know who it is. They might be somewhere in Copenhagen or something. You don't even know.
That's right. And so those are the types of things that a lot of times parents aren't aware of those things, or again, how to have those conversations. So I've now spoken to 32,000 kids and parents and adults and school administrators. It's been a lot. And the response has been overwhelmingly positive of like, I am so glad I went to that as an adult parent on how to have those conversations. Good. I'm so glad my kid went to that because now we have conversations at dinner about their bodies, and I asked them about how their sleepovers were, and I asked them all those questions. And so really that's just about that. And I always, it's always parents signing up, and they have to opt in if it's at a school assembly. So it's all about parents choosing if they want to have that conversation yet. But overwhelmingly, I get it's 95% opt-ins at the school because the kids and the parents are like, oh, okay, I should probably learn about those safety rules to protect myself.
But it's done carefully.
It is done carefully. Thank you,
you're called the private parts doctor. That's one of your names.
It's somehow a title that I got by doing these talks, but it's something I have been very passionate about.
So how can folks find out where and how to get involved with the Camp Careful?
So Camp Careful, I have a Facebook page, and I also have a website. It's just campcareful.com. Right. Most of my time now with Camp Careful is through school assemblies or private groups. So you can reach me on my Facebook page or just email me at Dr.Soo at campcareful.com and just let me know like what school or group you want me to come talk to. And and then I tell them, like what's the age appropriate information I'm going to give them.
Right.
Yes.
That's important to know.
Yes.
But first annual Spill the Tea.
Yes.
Luncheon.
Next Thursday.
It's coming up May 2nd. That's right. And it will be at Ridgewood Country Club. And they can register.
Yes,
again?
you can get tickets at the Advocacy Center website. Okay. It's www.advocacycntr.org. And so there will be a link in there to how to get tickets on Spill the Tea Luncheon.
All right. Well, it's going to be awesome. And again, I appreciate so much all that you do, what you do for children in McLennan County and for their parents. And it's just a hard job. But you're the right doctor for it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Dr. Private Parts.
That's right. Well, thank you for having me on.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Sue. And thank you for being with us for Central Texas Events. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.